Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. Not happy, but it's Sunday. Okay, hello to everybody around here. So happy Sunday, but child, if it's not one thing, it's another. And this Diddy gate, okay, the Diddy bop of it all, the Diddy-ness that is going on, and Diddy finally speaking out, and acknowledging what he did to Cassie, but leaving it to just what is in the video. And I feel like he's out here trying to get sympathy. So I want to come on real quick for us to discuss this situation. Trigger warning. Y'all all know what this is about. We all are aware of what these not even allegations of what this situation is. So, if you are here, please be sure to keep your mental health first, okay? And do not take one more than you can handle. And that goes for all of us, okay? But again, happy Sunday. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Become a host, JayBird, and okay, do not forget to also like this video. You can share this video as well. You can follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and TikTok. And yeah, share alike, okay? Since this video, came out of the Diddy Cassie situation, it came out, I think, on Friday. It has been a crazy weekend because it has been people speaking out about it. We were wondering if Diddy was going to say anything about it, and he did. Okay, now I'm going to pop on camera. I forgot I wasn't on here yet and getting my little safety box. Hey, hello to everybody. Okay, we was around here together. We are here together. We're gonna make it together, okay? And we're not gonna allow Diddy his foolishness to get us out of our pockets, okay? Diddy is the only person that we should be holding accountable for what happened because Diddy did it. So we're gonna get into that, okay? Now, the Cassie Diddy of it all, okay? I don't think anybody wants to have these conversations, but we have to have these conversations because it's just a thing to do. So I want to share my screen, okay? Because before we get into Diddy's apology that he put out this morning, he was somewhere on an island, and you can't tell me no different. We had a couple of things that came out, which makes me feel like, is that why he even spoke out about what we're on, okay? But thank y'all to those watching live. Hello to my mods, members, JayBirds, no birds, and everything in between, okay? I thank y'all for being here. Again, quick little live. I will be live at 4 p.m. today for Love and Marriage Huntsville, and then I'll be live tonight at around 8 p.m., 7 or 8 p.m., probably 7:30 p.m. tonight, for regular gospel chat or whatever, but I want to get the Diddy part of it out the way, okay? But hello to everybody. I be talking. I just be talking, okay? Look, and even because for me, because I posted on Twitter and on my IG, I said I did not even it did not compute in my brain initially how triggering it would be for me. I posted about my situation, what happened to me in my 20s, on social media. And I'm like, watching that trigger rings. So I got to remind everybody, hey, you are okay. You are safe. We're in a safe space here. But, we're going to have some conversation about what happened, okay? Because, because we can't keep, going off in corners and being to ourselves and not wanting to discuss it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what keep people like Diddy or whatever. People, the Diddy's, the bad guy, my dude was called the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? It's all the stuff. So, but hi, hello, y'all. Please should be sure to like the video. You know what I'm saying? Well, look, we're gonna get in it, okay? But hey, thank y'all for being here. Okay, I appreciate y'all. I feel like, again, and I had to use, because I want people to, because seeing different comments over the weekend and people trying to point fingers elsewhere, it's like, no, let's focus on what this is about. This is about what Diddy did and Cassie being the victim that we are discussing right now. We don't even know we don't have a clear-cut thing about who his other victims are verbatim, because you know what I'm saying, we don't know. But let's stick to the thing. Okay, let's stick to what it is. Let's stop trying to negate and bring up other people. Diddy did it. Okay, Diddy did it. That's who we need to blame. We can get on whoever else later on, but it's like I'm like, how y'all already trying to it's like, no, Diddy did it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, and that's why I say, yeah, I need to make sure that my thumbnail was him, and who is Cassie. Okay, that's it. Now over the weekend we seen Revolt, and y'all know Revolt. Diddy created Revolt. He created Revolt. He stepped down, a few months ago. Well, he stepped down after the Cassie stuff happened. They had to step down or whatever. And so Revolt released a statement saying, we are deeply saddened and disturbed by the recent video circulating of our former chairman, Sean Diddy Combs. Even with his recent separation from Revolt, it is still our duty to address this matter and recognize the direct impact it has on our staff, our audience, and the culture we represent. Okay. Revolt stands in solidarity with all who have been a victim of abuse and remain committed to upholding the values and integrity of our community expects from us. We vehemently stand against any form of domestic abuse and will always be a fearless advocate for truth and accountability. If you or someone was experiencing DV, help is available. Please call the National DV Hotline at 800-799-7233. Okay. See, I can read, y'all. I can read a whole bunch. I appreciate brands that were working with him in the past, or anything. This brands that has been synonymously associated with Diddy. Speak out and say he ain't nothing. Okay, he's the POS. Okay, he is the poop that poops. You hear me saying? And I feel like silence is so loud. You know what I'm saying? Silence is so loud. So when you think of people who, because it's like celebrities see, a tragedy, a tornado tore down a city, blah, blah, blah. The people over there across the land and across the country is being this, that, and the other. And you see all these celebrities flocking to social media. And, it's so horrible. We wish them blah, blah, blah. Do the same here. Because that video was seen worldwide. Okay, everybody seen it. And I'm like, I just want people to say, yes, let's address what we see in our faces, because can't nobody, and I know, and I don't mean every celebrity has to come out and disown Diddy. I don't mean that. But I do feel like there's organizations who usually be propping that man up. Okay. Even celebrities who made, because I child, and I said that because like Beyonce and Jay-Z can't come out and say nothing about that, because they're gonna say, what about what Solange jumped on Jay-Z? So I get some folk can't say stuff for certain reasons, but at least put out, hey, if you need, like, put out this, like at the least put this right here out. Please call the National DV hotline. You know what I'm saying? Do that. Okay. So I just want people to like acknowledge. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Universal. Normalize calling out bad behavior, even if the offender was black. My thing is, if Diddy was white, he may not. I don't know. But when we see bad behavior, that's the time to address the bad behavior. I get some folk ain't want to address the shit when they thought, oh, we don't know what happened. It's his word against her word. Okay, cool. You wanted some kind of proof, whatever. You said, I don't know if he did it is bad. The proof was in the pudding. The proof was on CNN. Okay, and I was watching Schoolboy. He did a video earlier on IG, and when he said, damn, I just forgot that fast. What was I going to say? Anyway, I can't think what I forgot that fast. But let me go to it. I think it's too long. I think they put it on their page. I don't know. But it was this saying Diddy ain't shit, basically. I can't I lost that fast. I lost my train of thought. But also beside that, y'all know Peter Pumpkin Eater was on social media supporting in the comment section, supporting Diddy before the video came out, when Diddy was like, oh, I'm gonna be okay and time will tell and blah blah blah. Peter was one of the celebrities who was supporting Diddy in the comment section, and he got tried to call out immediately, and now he want to put out videos too.
Hey, social media world. I hear the video I posted there of what we all saw. Puff did to Cassie in that hotel. I heard there's all kind of comments. I really usually don't read the comments. I just say what
You do read the comments.
I'm saying. I keep it moving. All right, but from what I saw today, it was deplorable. It was whack. It was weak. It was horrible. I never want to see any man treat any woman like that. I don't care what.
Now we don't have that whole thing. And what I can agree with, is at least Peter is coming out saying, like, I seen it and it was horrible. I seen it and it was horrible. Okay, cool. This is what I can appreciate. Somebody who was saying, I don't know what to believe, and you see it with your own 4 eyes, okay, your 2 glasses, and you then say, yes, what I saw, what he did was horrible, and that's it. And I just remember what I was gonna say about Schoolboy. Schoolboy said on his IG post, kudos to whoever got the video, because they took the video to a reputable source, being CNN, versus giving it to some blog, because the TMZs of it all, hell, the Tasha K's, hell, regular bloggers, hell, myself, okay? I like the Schoolboy said, the fact that whoever got that video made sure to give it to an organization that is an actual a journalist. CNN, even though CNN sometimes can be on some bull stuff, CNN is still a reputable organization that you feel like if they put out a video, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is, versus somebody who you give to a little YouTuber, okay, and then it's for gossip. It's like, no, let's give it to a nationally syndicated, respected journalistic organization to put it out in the right way. And so that way it's like boom, boom, pow. Okay, get it where it's supposed to be. Okay. So we shall see. So kudos to Peter for being an adult and knowing, hey, I said what I said before, but seeing the proof, I have to call it out and say it was horrible.
The circumstances are. That shit should never happen. Okay. It hurt me. I can't unsee it. I look at him different.
And see, that's the get you gotcha. Don't just look at it and be like, oh, it's like, no. If anybody who watched the actual foot, and I think by now everyone has seen it. I think by now everyone has seen it. Anyone who saw the video, you have to look at Diddy differently. You have to look at Diddy differently. Because when I saw it, I was at work when I saw it. And I FaceTimed him he was at work. And I was like, did you see that shit? Did you see? So I showed it to him through FaceTime. And he was like, what? Like the reaction of him. I called my mom and showed her the same way or whatever. And like the reaction was like, well, like you can't unsee that. You can't unsee it. So I feel like, again, I like the fact that Peter was saying like it changed my opinion of him. Because watching it, you like, mother.
I've never seen that side of him. But I see it myself. 3 days ago when I'm standing with him and said, y'all are dragging him and y'all just want to lynch a black man. Okay, and I hope he's not that stupid to blah, 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 blah. I meant it. Okay. 3 days later, I see the tape myself. I think he's weak. I think he's out of control.
This is what you're supposed to do when someone when you see it. Because I always tell y'all, the monster inside of people don't come out all the time around other people. That's why when I say, I understand someone saying, I don't know that side of that person. To me, Peter explained it perfectly. Say, I have never seen that side of him. So that's why my opinion of him was like, that ain't who I know. And if somebody told you I'm around here killing kittens in alleys and burning up puppies, y'all say, Jaylee? Now, I don't do any of that. I'm just saying I can understand him saying, I didn't know that person. But again, once he saw it, he acknowledges, he's acknowledging what someone he considered a friend is.
I think if I'm worth that much, okay, all right, and the woman want to go, I'll just let her go, okay? I'm not going to beat nobody and stomp on nobody and kick anybody in the face. That's a deep hatred and rage and all of that shit. That was out of control, and that shit was whack, okay? God is God, all right? So 8 years ago, look what God did. It came out, all right? Came out. Whatever is kept in the dark is going to come to light.
It sure the fuck is. And what I also can appreciate about this admittance of what the video was, like when Slim Thug said, oh, I saw the video. Oh yeah, now okay, y'all wasn't lying. Like Slim Thug came out and it wasn't like he didn't even like you know what I'm saying? It was some bullshit how Slim Thug on saying. So my thing is, people who were siding with Diddy, this is how you should respond. The same way you was around here saying, oh yeah, Diddy. This is how you respond when you see what the he did. This is how you respond when you see what he did. Now, did he say more?
Okay. All right. But what I don't know, I don't know. What I know, what I saw with my 2 eyes today, I condemn that shit. I got 2 girls and 7 sisters. I would never want to see or hear that anybody do anything like that to any woman, not just my 2 girls or my sisters. I don't want to see anybody do that to any woman. I don't care what fucking race they are.
And that's on P. And I see people in the comment section on the IG thing saying, "Oh, you need proof." I have no issue with anyone saying, I know that person. And what somebody is accusing them of, I don't know them to be that person. I need the proof. I don't mind someone saying that if you know the person in real life. If someone told me, a friend of mine did some crazy shit, I was like, I don't know them to do that shit, really? And then when I see the proof in the courts or on the CNNs, I would say, wow, I had no idea. And I would call them out accordingly. I will call them out accordingly. We have to remember that a lot of psycho people and murders and all, all them people or whatever, the people closest to them never knew the monster they were until they get caught, until they're arrested, until it's caught on camera. So for all the folk who know Diddy but did not know that part of Diddy, okay, now what you gotta say? What you gotta say?
I don't want to see no man do that to any woman, period. And I'm standing on that. Just like I stand 4 days ago when I didn't see the evidence, but all you guys want to lynch somebody. I say, yo, slow down. Y'all too hasty to lynch a person.
Nah, Peter, shut up. Pause it. Even though what he's saying is right, because we also have to acknowledge that there are times when people accuse people of things and it's not true. So I can also agree that, hey, because when you go after someone and say, yeah, they're guilty, and they're then, torn apart in the court of public opinion, and then it comes to find out what somebody accused them of isn't true, and we have to take it back ourselves. So I get both sides of it. You know what I'm saying? Me and my mom was having a conversation yesterday, and I said, in life, every situation is like water. It can go any kind of way. There's nuances, there's waves, there's curves, there's all these things. I said the only thing in life that is either or is birth. When you birth a baby, it's either through a vaginal birth or through a C-section. Though there's only two ways you can come into life. It's either or. You're either born via cesarean or you're born via vaginal. Even if you are adopted, even if it's IVF, you still have to come out of either a vagina or it's a cesarean. Everything else, it's a whole bunch of stuff around it. It's a lot. So I just need folk to know it's okay for some people to feel like I don't want to condemn somebody if I don't see the evidence. In that same vein, you just can't say they lying. Just say, can I see some proof? Just because I can be sure I'm not accusing somebody of being guilty and they innocent, I gotta take back my fuck so and so because we've seen for a lie. Hell, Justice Smollett. Where we believe that man, and then slowly we find out, oh, it was a ruse, it was a lie. So we have to think about people in the world we believe them, and we find out, oh, they was lying. Okay, so poo. Now, let's get off of Peter because I want to.
Hey, social media.
I want to acknowledge and give an appreciation, for Peter coming out and saying, I got it wrong. I didn't know that Diddy. I saw that Diddy, and what he did was fucked up. He's weak, wet, block, blue. So I can appreciate that. And I hope anybody else who was around here siding with Diddy handles their public admittance of being wrong in this same way. Call out the bad fucking behavior, okay? Now, we had Diddy's assistant. Now, she only worked with Diddy. I said, what they found this white lady? She was Diddy's assistant. I think she said from 2008 to 2009, 2000, back in the 2000s or whatever. Like she was for a year. Okay, child round here on CNN, got her curls on, her shirt on, or whatever. I said CNN said we're gonna get this. We're gonna get the story out because the story came out Friday. Child, within a day they had her on an interview. So they was probably reaching out to people beforehand. I don't know.
Me initially after Elizabeth Wagmeister got it was she's barefoot in the beginning, and it's like she was so quickly running out of the room to get to the elevator that she didn't even put her shoes on yet.
I mean, that's terror.
It's something. I'm not gonna, girl.
That's what you would do if there was a fire, right? You would just run out, grab what you could. So I can only imagine looking at that, the fear that she felt she had to get out of that room in bare feet in order to be safe or protect herself.
I mean, you worked closely with him.
I did. I was his assistant between 2008 and 2009.
So again, from 2008 to 2009, she was the assistant to Diddy. Y'all know most of the time your assistant is, now it depends on what kind of assistant she was. Was she an assistant who got him coffee? Was she someone who was like, taking notes, getting, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know. Because to me, celebrities have different kinds of assistants who have more close ties to the person. If she was an assistant with like, if she was like an assistant of an assistant, I don't know. But she said for that year, she was his assistant.
And they were dating when I worked for him.
And what was he like, and what did you observe about them at this time?
I observed nothing that would lead me to believe, or there was no scuttlebutt about it. I never saw him speak harshly to her or be abusive.
Not, ma'am. Now, I feel two ways about that. I said maybe she wasn't the person who was around him a lot, because other folk would say stuff like they were seeing stuff. You know what I'm saying little stuff or whatever. But I'm like, maybe back in 2008, 2009, maybe it wasn't at that point. Because remember, this video happened in 2016. So she was the assistant 8 years before. So she was the assistant in the beginning of their relationship. So it's very possible that when she was the assistant, that was before the abuse started. Because y'all know abuse don't start on day one. It builds up to it. And if she was only an assistant for 1 year, she wasn't trusted to be around when stuff was going wrong anyway.
Toward her or anything like that. I rode in the limos with them. I went to parties with them. I guess what I would say is, even though I never saw anything that could corroborate what's in that lawsuit and what we just saw, there was not one cell in my body that was surprised.
Why not?
It's going to sound a little bit weird because I don't have any facts, right? And nobody's going to call me to testify. But I would say that it's woman's intuition. I would say that I was around him a lot and I got a feeling for who he was. I didn't see anything that could get him in trouble. But I think that the power dynamic in a situation like that, especially her at the beginning of her career, so young and beautiful and talented, and she hooked herself or became involved with somebody who had so much power. And I felt that working for him. I'm sure the whole team felt that. And I mean, that's great. He's a mogul. So of course he's the big boss. But I think that you could imagine, certainly in my interactions with him, you could imagine how that would dissipate and sort of seep into every aspect of his life.
And I saw a comment from y'all talking about Lorianne. Lorianne Gibson, who was the choreographer who worked with him on Making the Band for a few years. Before at least for the seasons with Diddy Kane and Day 26, I think she was the choreographer on there. And with Lorianne, and the scene that I feel like gets cut out a lot, but it kind of circulates on social media. Lorianne. Oh, it said Lorianne. I thought about Lorianne. But Lorianne, who was on that show, and how he kind of talked to her in a crazy way. I think Diddy was not used to women bucking at him and bucking back at him, and even seeing that little thing. So even seeing how he interacts with women in the workplace, we know it's a bunch of bullshit, okay? But his assistant from 2008, 2009, you know what I'm saying, did not see nothing, but felt like I can see how it would happen. But again, back in 2008, 2009, that was in the beginning of their relationship. You know what I'm saying? The beginning of the relationship. So it's possible nothing was going on back then, okay? Now, the LA County DA explains why he can't prosecute Diddy after the heartbreaking video. I knew they would not prosecute him from that because it was 8 years ago. And there are statute of limitations or whatever. Now, if anything comes forth from something more recent, we shall see. So the LA County District Attorney's Office said this on May 17th. We are aware of the video that is circulating online allegedly. And I'm like, not allegedly. But I get sometimes they have to say allegedly because they haven't, verified it's a whatever. We seen what we seen. Again, we are aware of the video that has been circulating online, allegedly depicting Sean Combs assaulting a young woman in Los Angeles. We find the images extremely disturbing and difficult to watch. If the conduct depicted occurred in 2016, unfortunately, we would be unable to charge as the conduct would have occurred beyond the timeline where a crime of assault can be prosecuted. As of today, law enforcement has not presented a case related to the attack depicted in the video against Mr. Combs, but we encourage anyone who has been a victim or witness to a crime to report it to law enforcement or reach out to our office for support from our Bureau of Victim Services. And, I felt like Diddy has good lawyers. Diddy has good lawyers, and I think he was like, I can't go to jail, right? I can't get property. No, you can't. Yeah, it's fine. And so I think he felt like even if it comes out, I can't go to jail. Okay, I can't go to jail, and that's why this man today, this morning, okay, posted a video, child from some place up yonder. Okay, now. Diddy did it. I want to make that clear. Okay, Diddy did it. He's the guilty party. He's the one that did it. Let's listen. Oh, wait, I got it on mute.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life.
From the moment I push play, I said, I don't even like how the video started. You can't say hello to people. You don't want to start. I just felt like from the shot I posted. First of all, I'm myself. When I posted the video on my IG page, I put Rihanna's song "Take a Bow." You look so dumb right now, standing outside my house, trying to apologize. You're so ugly when you're only sorry you got caught, but you put on quite a show. I just felt like even how the video started. Hey, shut up. Hey, okay, let me do this. This is how we do things here. If you would like anybody, let me do it. Anyone who wants to just hear what Diddy said without my commentary, please, by all means, go to Diddy's page and just watch it. Okay, we are here to have a conversation about what is happening. This is not a space for us to give Diddy the opportunities to plead his case. That ain't what we here for. So respectfully, Big Reese or anybody else, please let him. This man posted this on his page 2 hours ago. I was asleep. Well, 3 hours ago. Okay. So, if you want to just hear what Diddy had to say, please leave. But don't tell me what to do on my channel, sir or ma'am or whoever you are. I'm a pause, talk. That's what we do here. Okay? But be blessed. Anyway, don't tell me to just push play. Not tell me to stop. Not say push play and shut up. As I was saying, from the moment he started talking, and it felt like an impromptu, quick, let me say what my lawyer told me to say real fast.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you got to do that.
But what about Cassie? Because in my opinion, the person who did the abusing, that wasn't the darkest time in your life. You made that the darkest time in somebody else's life. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's him starting off trying to get sympathy. It's hard, to talk about the hardest time in your life. I said, now what? Now how? Who said that? Because it is so weird. I was talking to my mom yesterday, and I was like, I have blocked out my situation because it's a dark time. And that's why I said seeing the video, it triggered. I was like, bitch, remember? And you know what I'm saying? So like the darkest time, it really wasn't your darkest time. And if it was your dark time and you took your dark time to create dark time for someone else, you're even more of a monster because you took your hurt, your pain, or whatever your darkness was and put it on Cassie or whoever else you abused during that time.
I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I made no excuses.
That wasn't you started with an excuse. You started with the excuse of it's hard to talk about your dark times. I was in the dark. That was the excuse. I was in a dark place. That was literally the excuse.
My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video.
Now notice y'all, as he's talking, he keeps saying in that video, in that video, in that video, in that video, in that video. So I feel like, so that means you trying to tell us that you was no other time where you abused Cassie? Because my thing is this: if you're going to acknowledge your wrongdoing, if you want to acknowledge that you used to be a monster, you need to fully own it. And and I said it before. I said the fact that when the allegations from Cassie, the lawsuit from Cassie first came out and they settled, and that after they settled, how he still said, I'm innocent, I'm not saying I'm guilty. He never wanted to acknowledge him being guilty. And now, because there's one piece of evidence that has come out, he wants to only speak on just this video. Just the video.
I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now.
When you knocked her to the ground, when you kicked her, or when you watched when you paid $50K for the video, when you pay allegedly, that was in a lawsuit. They said he paid $50K for the video to not be made public. Did you feel guilty then? So you hid the evidence?
I went and I sought out professional help.
Oh, did you now? I also said before, I said, if that man sought out help, why didn't you say that before? Why didn't you say that before? Again, Diddy felt like, in my opinion, when Cassie filed the lawsuit, because he'd already paid for that footage, he felt like, okay, that stuff won't come out. Let me settle with her, you know, have it be a closed situation, and I can move on from it. I won't have to acknowledge it. He felt like I can just deny. I can say I'm innocent, I didn't do it, it's not me, blah, blah, bloop, and then nothing else will come from it. Even him saying, I got help when? Did you get help back then, or did you get help once the lawsuit came out? When did you go get help? But in my opinion, all of this is what he could have said when Cassie accused him of stuff. Like, look, I was a bad man back then. I have changed since then. I've been through years of counseling since then. Blah, 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 bloop since then. A part of me feel like because Diddy still was denying any wrongdoing, he was denying him being this monster, blah, blah, blah. Folks who had that video said, oh, okay, you didn't do it, you innocent, okay, boom. Hey, CNN, I got some footage for you.
Now they're going to therapy, they're going to rehab.
Rehab? Therapy, counseling, mental health services, cool. You went to rehab for what? Are you trying to say that you were drinking too? I was drunk. I was in a dark place. What was the rehab for? Was you on pills? What was the rehab for? Because we've seen Diddy partying and drinking ever since you ain't stopped drinking. Really? Look, I'm gonna get it. So, him saying I went to rehab. But for what? What was the rehab for? What was the point of the rehab? When did you go to rehab and for what? And again, my only point in all of this is saying, if that was true, this is what this is the statement you should have put out after the Cassie stuff. Hey, I've been to rehab for my drinking. I've been to counseling and therapy for my temper and my attitude and blah, 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 blah. And over the past 10 years, I have been growing as a person. I'm not who I was back then. That I could have respected, because y'all know I feel like people can grow. If you do the work, acknowledge your issues, and fix yourself, you can change and not be the monster that you were in the past. However, you have to acknowledge all that stuff when you're hit with your truth. And your truth came in the form of Cassie filing that lawsuit. But Diddy felt like, because he felt like folk would believe him a little bit. I don't have to acknowledge my wrongdoing. If the video of him abusing Cassie had never came out, he wouldn't have said shit.
Had to ask God for his mercy and grace.
Because only God can give it.
I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day.
Oh, really?
I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
That was his apology video. And as my thing says, I'm sorry I got caught. Apology. I'm sorry I got caught, because he knew this is the get you gotcha. Get back in my box. Diddy knew the video evidence was out. He knew it was in the atmosphere. He knew what he had done. He could have been sorry for what he did then. Don't be sorry with your sorry face up under a hut somewhere in Timbuktu or Bali with with Russell Simmons, and now you want to say, my bad. Oops. I went to therapy. I need proof of therapy. I need therapist notes. I need a receipt for the rehab. I feel, and again, the same way how when the lawsuit came about and the following day, 24 hours later, they had settled and had a statement out. It's the same way. A day or so after the footage gets leaked, there is a video. Oh, it's a video. Oh, let me say, I'm sorry. So for what? For what? And for me, it's the fact that he keeps saying the video. What happened in the video? I'm sorry about what was seen in the video. You forgive me for what y'all saw in the video? So you didn't do nothing else? Are you sure? Nothing else was done? Are you sure that you didn't beat anybody else? What about nothing else? That's just it? It's just her? And I feel like it's a bunch of BS. He's sorry he got caught. That's it. He's sorry that he got caught. Now, Kelly Price offers prayers and forgiveness for Diddy. I have seen you at your best. You are a unique talent, and both sides that represent light and darkness receive you anxiously. Okay. And Kelly said, let me see if I can read it with my little eyeballs now, y'all. It is my sincere prayer that the power of the Holy Ghost overtake you so that you not only have a change of heart, but a change of mind and a change of direction. I have seen you at your best and at your worst. Oh, so you saw him beating up Cassie? Because folks love to insinuate a person is only at their worst if someone dies and they're sad. Oh, they're at their worst because they're so sad that someone they loved or abused is no longer here. And they were so sad and depressed at that. The worst could also be considered when he was beating Cassie's ass on that video. Okay. I know what you are capable of being when you were at your best, despite the seductions of this industry. Bitch, what? I know what you are capable of being when you are at your best, despite the seductions of this industry. I want to see you, and I want to see you soon too. Is it create this? Is it like it says create this in this business? But I need you to pray, and I need you to receive from the Most High. I need for those prayers to take place sincerely. You are a unique talent, and both sides that represent light and darkness receive you anxiously. Do you know who God is? Lean not until your own understanding, but lean not into your own understandings, but all your ways acknowledging Him. Kelly Price, bitch, where was you at when you had COVID? Before you come sending prayers and the prayers, sorrows, and all that shit to Diddy, where was your ass at when you had COVID and that damn husband? That's part one. But part two is, ma'am, now ain't the time for prayers for Diddy. Did you pray for Cassie? I just want to know. Did you pray for Cassie? Did you pray for the person who you saw be abused on the video? Because if you have not publicly or privately, well, basically publicly, because you publicly, if you have not publicly did that for Cassie, why would child? Ooh, I'm having to control my thought process to not, go left and go off on folk or whatever. Why would you do that? Now, Kelly, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Kelly Price ruined her aura of she was a friend of mine. She left with my man. She lied. She took all I had. Kelly ruined that version of herself that we love so much when she got on the damn R&B Diva show and showed her ass. You know what I'm saying? Show who she was. Kelly, wrong road, wrong lane, wrong car, wrong turning signal, okay, wrong gas prices, wrong gas type, wrong tires, wrong headlights, wrong everything. If you want to support Diddy let me make sure that I am going to support Diddy. Now I don't know where Kelly Price's comment came from. I don't know what page it was on. We just see the thing I'm saying from Neighbor Talk. So I don't know who stuff she commented. Was it on Diddy shit? Let me see. She commented on Diddy shit. Because I just feel like black people, it's not the right time. This is not the right time at all. Because at this point in time, this isn't about us thinking he did something. This isn't about him being accused of something. This is literally us seeing the evidence of him abusing his girl. That's what it's about. And when anyone wants to say, well, no, let's pray for Diddy, because he's hard. He's having a hard time. I know you, sir. I know you're at your best. It's like, yeah, but this ain't about Diddy at his best. This is about Diddy at his worst. This is about him being the worst person at that time to someone else. Okay, this is him chasing down a person in a hallway in a towel. And you want to come around here and child, God saying, leave me out of it. Okay, look, God is around here. Y'all, look,
So
God is.
I just thought it was funny. And you could have did it.
See how I get wrong and stuff?
Because, bitch, why? Again, there will be people who are not going to disown Diddy. They're not going to leave him be or whatever. They're going to try to support him too. Do that shit on Tuesday. Do that on Tuesday. Don't do it today. And when people like to, Diddy, I feel this way. Kelly, shut up. You ain't a friend of mine at all. There was also some other folk around here, 50 Cent, Lou Duval, Peter Thomas, and Ryan Henry of Black Ink Crew. Well, it used to be Black Ink Crew, who were commenting, because Ryan said, nigga, because Ryan's sister and niece were murdered by the sister's ex-boyfriend, and the dude is the person who killed Ryan's sister and killed the sister and the child, a young child, years ago. He's spoken about it a whole bunch. So to me, like, yeah, whatever. Fuck that. You know, so Ryan having a direct connection to losing someone at the hand of someone who was abusive and took his sister's life, and which changed their family's trajectory forever. Because to me, Ryan is a whole boy because he didn't deal with the death of his sister. You know, he went, in my opinion, okay, 50 Cent said this is not going to work. Who is advising him right now? Shaking my head, bad move. Even I thought that. I said, who said he do this? Who said do this? And I'm like, y'all know Diddy probably rounded on vacation with them damn kids. They had to go outside to talk so they couldn't hear him. Lil Duval said, why did he look like he embodied with Russell? And did and does. He said, how can you be so vocal about being innocent when you know it's proof out here, proof here? Child, and Lil Duval get on my nerves sometimes or whatever, but that's factual. How can you be so vocal about it? And that's my issue with Diddy. That he knew he was guilty and was very vocal about being innocent. And right, you know it's proof out here proving you guilty. He said, if I robbed the bank and I know it's footage out here showing I did it, there's no way I'm about to get on here and tell y'all I'm innocent and they lying on me. I probably wouldn't turn myself in, but I'm not about to embarrass myself either. Because when the truth does come out, you're really going to be embarrassed. Then what can you say? It's pointless. And it is pointless. And we already seen, Peter, we already watched Peter's stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it's B of the S, okay? Here we see Diddy's former bodyguard says Diddy was beating on Cassie, Kim Porter, and many of the women. And it says, I guess you sorry and was at rock bottom for years and years because you was whipping not only her ass and Kim's ass, but others too. Let's reflect. Harlem to what Hollywood comes soon. Sir, get your grammar together. And again, while we will not blame other people for doing, because Diddy did it, the fact that you were the bodyguard and you knew, sir. And to me, that means when he was around there doing stuff, protecting him. Now, maybe he was also helping the women too in one way. Maybe, hey, don't go too far now, Diddy. I don't know. But you admitting now that, hey, for years you was beating, but as we said, once we seen child, because I just feel like, when you out here this to get you gotcha. You're out here in a towel and some socks in the hotel lobby hallway. You don't get no F's. So to me, that I feel like that means that, nigga, you was in a towel. Meaning you were very comfortable in your abuse of people. That wasn't your first time, doing things to people. So for me, I feel like the bodyguard saying you've been doing that stuff. That part I believe, because he was so comfortable doing that. You know how hard it is to fight somebody in socks on carpet because you can slip. He was so comfortable in his actions. He was like, I'm in some socks in my towel. I ain't got no drawers on. I don't care. I know I'm in a hotel and there's cameras. I'll buy the cameras. So the bodyguard saying like he must have been at rock bottom forever and ever, because sir, you was doing stuff the whole damn time. Oh, bastard. Was that the last one? Oh, this may be the same thing. Actually, the caption. The caption of the bodyguard says, "I wish Kim Porter was here to get an apology. Please remember who I am and where I was, but I know you was at rock bottom then too, huh?" Oh, let's not talk about the Gina girl. The Gina girl that NDA don't stand up against anything legal. Oh, that was rock bottom too, huh? The whole Harlem to Hollywood coming soon. Sir, shut up. We don't need shit. We don't need nothing. We don't need nothing coming soon from you. Okay, get away from me with this, Apollo. Go ahead on. Move. We don't care. Now, also, shout out to the child people on their head. People bringing up Diddy's posts when this stuff came out. Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation, and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things been alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for truth. And what? But you knew it was proof. It's one thing if you feel like, I don't think anybody ever saw me do it. I only beat them up in the house. Like, I don't think there's any, proof that I did it. So that I'ma say I'm innocent because I don't think there's no proof. Like, but you bought the fucking proof, meaning there's evidence. Had Puff came out when Cassie filed the lawsuit and acknowledged, and matter of fact, look, I want y'all, let me switch screens. I want y'all to listen to Diddy's thing, and I'm not going to, I just want y'all to listen to what he said, and I'm not going to interrupt. I'm going to shut up in my little box, okay?
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you got to do that. I was fucked up. I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
That's y'all person.
It's so difficult.
That's y'all Diddy. He don't want sympathy. He has a God for forgiveness. Anyway, I'm leaving it at that. Okay, we went over everything that we can go over for Diddy. I'm pretty sure by the time I come out, I'll be live at 4:00 for Love and Marriage Huntsville. And I'll be back live at 7 or 8 o'clock tonight for a gospel chat of other stuff. On the other gossip chat, I want to get into Van, who used to be with TMZ, who was also accused of like child not trying to interview one of Diddy's old girlfriends. I'll get into that at that point in time. However, Diddy, in my opinion, because somebody even was like, why you put was on my video? And I said, because the video that we saw was from 2016. So we can only speak on what we saw of him then. I still feel like Diddy is a monster. I still feel like, he's only sorry that he got caught. I feel like his only issue is, oh, they can see it now. I guess they can. There's no doubt in my mind that Cassie is not the only victim. The Gina girl, was also a person he had messed around with, who claimed on an interview with Tasha K. We'll get into that later on today. Let's hold Diddy accountable. Let's hold the person who gave the beating accountable. Okay. Yes, we can discuss eventually the folks around him that helped him cover it up, that he was able to be in these relationships and stuff and that. But child, Diddy's the culprit. He's the one that did it. Diddy did it. And him looking for sympathy in this fake ass apology and only acknowledging the one video is some bullshit. Okay, but y'all make sure to like the video, share the video, subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and TikTok. I will see y'all at 4 p.m. for my Love American Huntsville review. We're gonna cuss some folks out there too, and then we'll have a regular gospel chat tonight at around 8 p.m. on the corner. So come on back later on, y'all. I love you all. Be safe, be safe, be safe. Have a good day if y'all can, and see y'all in about an hour. Okay, bye.